Hi guys, so today I'm going to be filming a video on my top 10 recommendations for everyday versatile fragrances. Now, I tried to stick within the designer realm because I know a lot of people appreciate more of the affordable side of things, which I totally understand. I'm much more into niche fragrances, as you guys know, like Atelier Cologne, Parfum de Marly, Amouage. They're more my jam. But it doesn't mean that I don't like designer fragrances, and all of these fragrances are my best recommendations for the daytime, for versatile fragrances for the office, for all year round. So let's get into the video. We're gonna start out with an easy one. It's probably one that I would say 80% of you guys watching this video probably own it, and it is Chanel's Bleu de Chanel. I personally like the Eau de Parfum concentrate best over the Eau de Toilette and the Parfum. The Eau de Parfum is perfect. I'm going to link it below and have a picture and everything so you don't get confused. But Bleu de Chanel, I cannot tell you guys, like, honestly, how many guys I have personally complimented when they're wearing Bleu de Chanel. I have probably about 8 fragrances that whenever I smell it on a guy, I have to give it a compliment because it smells so fantastic, and Bleu de Chanel is one of them. It's classy, it's sophisticated, but it still has a sexiness to it. It's citrusy, a little spicy, it has like a little bit of a smoky touch to it maybe, but for me it's more of like this spicy, fresh, invigorating with a masculinity in there, like some woodiness, some masculine vibes. So for me, Bleu de Chanel is a 10 out of 10 everyday fragrance, signature scent. I love it and I highly recommend it. Next up, I have one of my personal favorites, and it is from Hermes, and it is Terre de Hermes. This one is incredible. For me, more so in the dry down and more when you get a whiff of it in the air. Actually, when you first spray this fragrance and you spray it on your skin, you smell it. For me, it's not that pleasant, but then you wait for the dry down, you wait for the sillage. Wowza, like it is an incredible fragrance. It's a very woody and spicy scent. To me, it has like a cedarwood vibe, maybe a touch of a pepperiness to it. Like there's definitely like this spicy pepperiness. And there's something in here that for me, I find incredibly sexy. Maybe there's some vetiver, like it's a little smoky perhaps. For me, like I said, it's sexy, it's masculine as ever. To me, it's a very masculine fragrance, and I find it extremely attractive when a man wears this one. Especially every day, I have complimented many guys wearing Terre de Hermes, one of my favorites. I have the Parfum concentrate here, which I love. The Eau de Toilette is also good, but I'm gonna go ahead and recommend the Parfum version. Next up, I have one from Montblanc, and this fragrance, it was launched last year, I believe, and it is Montblanc Explorer. Now, I almost hate to be including it because, as we know, if you're a fragrance fan, you know it is kind of a dupe of Aventus, and I know everybody's sick of the Aventus dupes. We get it. But Montblanc Explorer is fantastic. I smelled it many times, and for me, I think it's one of the better Aventus dupes for sure. It's very long lasting, very intense. It's bergamot, it's woody, it's spicy, aromatic, fresh, invigorating. Like I said, very long lasting. It projects a lot, this one, at least from what I've experienced, and it is a fantastic fragrance every day, all year round, especially in more like the... Okay, so my camera just died as I was talking, cut me off, but I was mentioning how Montblanc Explorer, it's a fantastic Creed Aventus kind of dupe along those lines. It's very like fresh, invigorating, bergamot, aromatic, peppery. It's fantastic and I highly recommend it. All year round, especially in like the spring, summertime, it's fantastic, but all year round it works very well. So Montblanc Explorer. Next up, we have another Chanel. Because for me, Chanel does like everyday versatile fragrances very well for both men and women. Like there's many that I could have included, but for me, I'm gonna go ahead and include one that I used to talk about a lot when I had a bottle, Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. This one is fantastic. It's super sexy. I know maybe the sporty vibe makes me feel like it's a sporty fragrance, but it kind of is. It has a beautiful orange note. There's some tonka bean in there. It's fresh. It's got a slight creaminess to it from the tonka bean, but it's still a fresh fragrance. For me, it's one of the safest fragrances that you could wear on a date with a woman because it just smells good. Like it really just smells fantastic to me. So Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme, for me, it works all year round, any occasion, date night, office, sporting event, night out with the boys, it works and it smells fantastic. So Allure Homme Sport Eau Extreme. So next up, I really wanted to include this fragrance because I haven't spoken about it for a very long time. And honestly, it's one of my like favorite classic fragrances on a man. Now this one is much more of a sophisticated scent. It's much more, like I said, classic and masculine. Like this is a masculine scent. It reminds me a lot of like my childhood growing up and smelling it on my stepdad. It is YSL Rive Gauche Pour Homme. This one is one of my favorite barbershop scents of all time. It's very aromatic and spicy. For me, it is a straight up barbershop scent. I love the scent. It's masculine. It has a freshness. Like I said, the spicy aromatic vibe. Fantastic scent. Rive Gauche Pour Homme from Yves Saint Laurent. Definitely check this one out. I'm going to link everything down below. But this one to me is a versatile all year round scent. You can wear it anytime, anywhere. You smell classic, you smell sophisticated, and you smell like a man. So definitely check this one out. Next up, we have one from Dunhill. Now Dunhill is a fantastic house in my personal opinion. Like the fragrances smell very high quality, and I used to talk about this fragrance quite a lot, and to me it's still one of my ultimate favorites. It is Dunhill Icon. I don't hear as many people talking about it, but for me personally, it is an incredible fragrance. It has some neroli, some cardamom, some pepper in there. For me, if I could describe the scent, it's fresh. It has this slight kind of creamy note to it, soapy, clean creaminess to it, with that kind of pepper in the background. It is incredible. I love Dunhill Icon. To me, it's super classy. Again, very sophisticated scent. It's appropriate all year round. Mostly in like office situations to me, like when you're wearing a suit, Dunhill Icon is like a 10 out of 10 fragrance, but you could literally wear it anywhere, anytime. Lunch with your parents, in-laws, whatever. It is fantastic. You're gonna smell classy, refined, and like a man. So Dunhill Icon, incredible. Next up, we have a Tom Ford. So if you're willing to splash the cash a little bit, this is a fragrance for you as like an everyday office, night, date, whatever it is. Tom Ford Oud Wood. For me, this is one of like my favorite oud fragrances. There's a slight cleanness to it. The oud is very present. To me, it's a super masculine scent. It's very woody, obviously. It has a little bit of a balsamic feeling to it, but Oud Wood to me is classy, refined, slightly sexy in a way because of how masculine it comes off on the skin. It's super sophisticated, and for me, perfect all year round. If you're willing to spend a little more on a signature scent, Oud Wood for me is the way to go. Next up, we have a little bit more of an affordable scent following the Tom Ford. We have one from Versace, and it is Versace Pour Homme. I haven't smelled this fragrance for so long, but to me, one of the best everyday scents that you can wear, especially if you don't want to have an expensive everyday fragrance. Versace Pour Homme is fantastic. Usually, I'm not the biggest fan of these sort of like citrusy, aromatic, blah sort of fragrances, but Versace Pour Homme, in my opinion, is fantastic. A lot of people ask me what I think about Versace Eau Fraiche. For me personally, I prefer Pour Homme much more. It has like bergamot, lemon, some neroli in there. So it's kind of like a very citrusy, aromatic, like I just said, scent. And there's like a little touch of a sweetness in there, like very far in the background. Fantastic fragrance. I love it a lot. Obviously, the longevity is not great, but it's okay. It's got decent longevity for a very fresh, everyday fragrance. So Versace Pour Homme, again, works all year round, any situation. Fantastic fragrance. Okay, one of my favorites in this list, Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. Just the original L'Homme. Guys, I adore this scent. I have for about 3 years now since I first smelled it. I adore this fragrance. I know so many girls in my life personally are obsessed with Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme. To me, it just smells, I've said it before, like the perfect guy. Like Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme is the perfect guy. He doesn't do anything wrong. He's super good looking. Like he's just the perfect guy. Obviously, it's a bit of a stereotype, but the scent is just beautiful. It is beautiful. It's spicy from the ginger. It's kind of got this little subtle sweetness in there. It's fresh. It's just intoxicating to me. So I would say it's fresh, a little spicy, like from the ginger notes, and a little bit sweet. It's incredible. It's one of my favorite fragrances forever. I know we don't talk about it a lot anymore. I don't have a bottle, but to me, it's still one of the best. The longevity on L'Homme is not great, I'm not gonna lie. But for me, take a little decant with you, respray, 10 out of 10 fragrance. Actually, one of my friends bought it because of me, and every time I see him, I compliment him on the scent because it smells fantastic. So Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme, 10 out of 10. And finally, my last recommendation for the perfect, versatile, everyday scent, I would have to say this is probably my favorite in the list. It is Prada L'Homme. Wow, this scent is incredible. Like, it is incredible to me. It smells super classy, like super classy. This guy is a 10 out of 10. He knows where he's going in life. He's clean, he's well dressed, he's put together in life. This is the guy, Prada L'Homme. To me, it kind of would give me a similar vibe to like Dunhill Icon, but if I had to recommend one of the two, I've got to say Prada L'Homme. The juice quality in both of them actually, but Prada L'Homme, the juice, it is extremely high quality. The iris, it has a cleanness to it, a slight creaminess from the iris. It has neroli, it has a little bit of like a freshness in there. The creaminess, the iris note gives it a bit of a powderiness. There's some pepper. It is just fantastic. I really love Prada L'Homme. There's a bit of a sweetness in there as well. Again, I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it is incredible, especially wearing a suit. But still, I feel like you could get away with Prada L'Homme in a white t-shirt going to lunch with your parents or something like this. Prada L'Homme is just one of the best versatile everyday fragrances that you could own. Clean, sophisticated, slightly sweet, creamy, powdery, fresh, intoxicating, incredible, 10 out of 10. Prada L'Homme. So that is it, you guys. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Again, I'm sorry about the lighting. There's nothing I can do about it right now. So I hope that you guys can bear with me. Thank you for watching the video, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.